Hi, it's Pastor Penny. So today, as I was driving to Marshall, the leaves were so beautiful. They're just so beautiful, and yet I found myself um, thinking, but they won't be that way for long, and then all the trees will be bare and gray. Um, and so it reminded me to appreciate them right now, to live in the moment, and that the change of seasons is just one of many, many daily changes that we all deal with. Change can be so difficult, um, but not necessarily. It can be something we look forward to in a good way, in an excited way. Um, or we can stay in the past, mourn the past, wish we could be back somewhere else in our lives, or we can dread the future. So we have some choices about how to look at change and how to deal with change. And we know that change is hard. Um, it can compromise our immune system as well as affect other parts of our minds and our bodies. It's stressful, and stress can do all that. And so the more we take care of ourselves, the better we can deal with change. So, not having any change um, is comfort and safety for a lot of people. They can count on the things being the same. I think, especially as we get older, we tend to want everything to be just so. And to what extent can we do that? It depends on your situation, of course. But so here's what can change, or what does change: the seasons, ourselves, and we control that. We can change if we desire it. It might not be easy. Our hearts, how we feel about someone, how we deal with our emotions, our minds. We're always learning, and that's change. I hope we're always learning. um, and if you don't accept change that is inevitable, you're kind of like, it reminded me of Sisyphus. Anybody remember Sisyphus from Greek mythology? Well, Zeus, the king Zeus, was angry with Sisyphus because he was deceitful, um, I guess, over and over. And so Zeus condemned him to a life of pushing a huge boulder uphill um, forever. He never gets to the top. He never, nothing changes for him after that. And that's what we're fighting against if we absolutely resist changes that we have to live with. And so if you are feel like you're stuck in that rut, think of Sisyphus, and you don't want to be there. So um, here are some quotes I thought were pretty interesting. Maya Angelou says, "If you don't like something, change it, and if you can't change it, change your attitude." Socrates says, "The secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new." And Albert Einstein says, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change." Well, I think that's partially true, but I also think different personalities deal with things differently. Um, and then someone named Sean Higgins said, "Every day the clock resets. Your wins don't matter. Your failures don't matter. Don't stress on what was. Fight for what could be." And then I don't know, none of you have been in my office recently because no one can come in. No one's allowed in. But one of my tools, one of my options for problem solving is this, and it's in my pencil holder. And so if I really can't, if I really need a way to solve something, I can say, kavoom, kazoom. And it doesn't necessarily work, but wouldn't it be nice to have one of these that did work, and we can just change our little hearts out at whatever we want. Um, so that's a little fantasy for you. So here's from Isaiah 43. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. And then in Malachi, I, the Lord, do not change. So you, the descendants of Jacob, are not destroyed. And then one more, very well known and can be inspirational. Jeremiah 29. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. That's always good, especially if you're feeling discouraged or down about what God is doing in your life. So embrace change. We can all learn how to do that if we don't already. Blessings.